YNW Melly gets old new bad news. 66 new pages of evidence a month before trial. BBN Jack Frost. What's up, party people? Alright, so yeah. So apparently, the prosecutors in why do my voice just crack like that? The prosecutors in the YNW Melly's case has submitted 66 new pages of DNA evidence only a month before the trial begins. Okay. Now, there's a couple of things I want to say, but I want to be 100% clear on this. Basically, the new evidence in which they're submitting is a lot of the information, or a lot of the evidence, I believe, that YNW Melly's attorney had previously been fighting to not be submitted. Real quick, the reason in which why it's important to have an attorney early in the process is because you're going to be fighting a lot of different evidence that you want to have not admissible, especially if it really makes your client look bad. You want to be like, look, judge, they can't tell the jury this, they're going to convict them. So what you're doing is you're fighting to prevent a lot of this evidence from being put to the jury, so the jury won't be able to say, especially if it makes your client look bad. So I believe, I'm not 100% sure, but I believe a lot of this evidence that is now able to be used is just evidence that they had previously trying to get put into the case. For instance, I'll tell you what some of this evidence is. Apparently, just so we can be clear, they have proof they have proof that YNW Melly was at the place. That is what what they're saying evidence proves. They're saying that the evidence also proves that YNW was in the vehicle. They're saying that they have video evidence of him getting in the vehicle around the time that the situation happened. They're saying that they have forensic proof that basically the gun that was fired from the same position that they saw YNW Melly get in the vehicle at. They're saying that they have also forensic proof and evidence that after the two people were shot, then the side of the vehicle was shot up. For everybody that don't know, they're basically saying that the vehicle had been shot up with this, they had basically been saying YNW Melly's and his people's, theory about what happened was, or their story about what happened was, they were all sitting in the car and some of their ops rolled up and sprayed the side of the car. What the police is saying is that no, the individuals that were killed from inside of the car. They have proof of that, forensic proof that they could prove. And they're also saying that the same gun that was fired to kill those individuals was the same gun that was fired to shoot up the side of the vehicle. And they're saying that the shooting up of the side of the vehicle happened latter. It happened, that was the two things, that's the things that happened second. Now, also, just so we can be clear, they're saying that they have proof that the gun that was fired was from YNW Melly. They also have DNA proof that YNW Melly was in the car, allegedly. Just so we can be clear, they found, I believe, a round or a shell casing under the floorboard, they're saying, of the car somewhere. So they're basically, this is what I'm assuming that they're saying. I am not 100% positive. This is just what it sounds like they're saying. You know, sometimes when people are reloading these guns and they're cleaning their guns or they're doing whatever they're doing to their guns, they don't have on gloves, you know? So what could happen is you can have fingerprints on the rounds. You can have fingerprints on the inside of the gun. I don't even know if they have the gun, by the way. But you can have fingerprints on the shell casings or whatever. Sometimes also actual literal DNA, right? Because, you know, you do sweat in your fingertips or whatever the case is, however that can happen. What I believe they're trying to say is, and I don't know this to be fact, but this is what it sounds like in the way that the information was conveyed. They're saying the gun was 100% Melly's gun. For everybody that don't know, they're also trying to say that Melly killed the police officer, or at least shot a police officer. I think the police officer died. They're trying to say that this was the exact same gun that also did that shooting. I just want you to be clear on this. I believe they're not even going for life in prison with YNW Melly. They're going for the death penalty. I just want to be clear on this. I want everybody to understand what's happening. They're going for the death penalty. I don't believe they're even going for life in prison in this particular situation. So I say all that to say, more than anything, they're trying to tie YNW Melly to the gun. That's what it seems like. This might be the same evidence, or that YNW Melly's lawyers had been fighting to not be admissible. Now, with that also being taken into consideration, what you have to understand is, besides all of that they saying that they saying that they can triangulate him. They physically have him getting in the vehicle, but also they have forensic proof through his telephone that he was there. Now, if you also want to remember, there are 3 witnesses that YNW Melly's attorney had been fighting not to be part of the trial, making it so that they can't come and be witnesses against them. I believe, like, one of them is like an ex-girlfriend or something, and I think the reason they tried to use for her is like, your wife can't, but your wife can't, she can't get on the stand against you over these. My dude, if you didn't put a ring on it, guess what? Also, if she just wants to, she can. Y'all could be married to the woman, and if she just chooses to get up there and be evidence against you, she can just do that. It's not that they can't. It's just that they can't be forced to, if you want to get the clear understanding of what it is. Because people could always just say, you know how we're going to get them? They get their wife on the stands. And then their wife go up there, they could be like, I don't want to tell. Like, but you got to tell. We know you knew. You understand? So, anyway, point being is this. She didn't want to, there's 3 witnesses. What I believe is, because early one of the reports were, at least, that he called someone while he was there. The person who he allegedly called, I believe, was this girlfriend that he had at that time. Now, 2 of the 3 witnesses is her and her mother. So they might be trying, maybe she with speakerphone and heard what he was saying. So they might have his actual words condemning him. And if they could get these people on the stand, they can use that against them. This might be part of this evidence that they're saying is brand. So I don't know if it's brand new evidence. In any regard, I'm gonna assume YNW Melly's lawyers is gonna probably ask for some time to go through the evidence, even if they went through it 1,000,000 times, because you always got to try to postpone the inevitable, especially when you don't have a plan. And I'm pretty sure they're still trying to get a plan together. So 9 times out of 10, they're gonna probably try to use this as a reason to say, look, Judge, I know we've been fighting, if this is the evidence they've been trying to fight to not have admitted. I know we've been fighting to make all these evidences over here inadmissible. But in any regard, can you still not, can you give us more times like we've never seen it before? They might go in there and say that. They might go pretend. I'm not laughing at because this guy's really facing the death penalty, but they might go in there and pretend they never seen this evidence before. I'm gonna assume, especially since not for nothing, a lot of this evidence was evidence that it's been spoken about publicly. For everybody that don't remember, there was a time when YNW Melly was actually arguing that he didn't want to have his DNA used, or they wanted to get new DNA from him, and he was like refusing or something like this. A lot of this shit is old. You understand what I'm saying? Or should I say, I'm not gonna say old, I'm saying things that we already spoke on. Anyway, let me know what y'all guys think about it. Put it in the comment section down there. Do y'all think he's fried? Because look, at the end of the day, if they're trying to say that they have him at the scene physically, they got him on camera. I'm not laughing. I'm just saying, this is what they're saying. They got him on camera. They also got him with his phone. They not only have him with his phone because his phone being triangulated, but he actually used his phone while he was there. So the people that's getting on the stand, they're not only able to say what he told them, but they're also able to say, yeah, that was him on the phone, and they're going to be able to triangulate when that phone was being used for what call, where he was at, and they're going to be able to get the exact point that he was at, and they're probably pretty confident that it's going to say that he was at the place where it happened, just so we can be clear. I'm pretty confident of that. So with all of this evidence that they have against YNW Melly, also them saying that they could 100% put the gun in his hand, that's what I believe that they're saying, that it was his gun. Also, in addition to that, with them being able to say that this particular gun was also the part of a different particular shooting, which was a police officer that they absolutely want to fry for. Do you think that YNW Melly has a chance to get off? Do you think he's going to be seeing is everything going to come back and they're going to be like, hey, it was actually a different person all this time, disguising their voice? Like, what do you think is going to happen? Let me know. Put it in the comment section. With that being said, like, comment, subscribe, join the notification gang. Hashtag Bronx Bombers. Let's get it. I love y'all. Take care of each other. Hug the kids for me. I haven't forgotten about you. And that's all I got on this one. I'm out.